Okay, Jody, I want to go through just a simple way of using Canva to create a split screen before and after. There are many ways to do it, but we're just going to pick one today and demonstrate it for people. And we start by going into Browse All, lower right-hand corner, Browse All off the main Canva screen. Browse All, click that. Then we scroll down, and then we find Facebook ads. Now, you can use many templates, but Jody, you pointed this one out, and I like it because when we hover, it's at least 1,200 dots per inch by 628, or pixels, that is. And that's not bad for web-based items. So we'll click on it to open it up. Then we come to this screen and notice it's rectangular, which is wonderful because you brought up that gives us more of a rich experience of the before and after picture.
Yes, and with one exception being if you're posting to Pinterest, that's a different layout, but the concept will still work just fine. The tools you're learning will work, you just do it in a different dimension.
Excellent point, and you may go for a square one for Instagram, but we know we can at least adjust on Instagram now. But for Pinterest, we want something more vertical. All right, now we click Elements, and I love this. And you brought up a great point that often above and below might be better. It depends on what you're looking at. If it's a before and after of long hair, we might want the vertical one. And if it's different, we might want above and below. So we're going to do, I have a picture of carpet being cleaned. So Jody, I'm going to work with this one right next to each other. I click on it, and it moves it over for me.
Perfect.
So now we have that. Now, again, if we did this, I'll just demonstrate it by clicking it. That could be another way to do it. And now we have two layers because I clicked it twice. So I want to trash this one. So the upper right-hand corner trash can and say delete grid. That gets rid of the other one. Okay, we now have the template. We picked the template here. Now we want to go upload our photo. And that's the word upload in the upload. So we click upload and then upload image. And then from here, I've saved it in a folder so I can find it or go to where it is. I called it such and such before and after. So I'll click that. It's coming up. I like that. And it is here. Now, Jody, go over the few points about moving this over because we're moving it into a template.
Yeah, and it's not exactly a template. It's called a grid in Canva. And when you use grids, you know you're in a grid because it's got a blue sky and green rolling hills versus just that blank screen. And that means when you drag that picture over, it's going to snap into place. So when you're dealing with a grid, you want to use your index finger and actually pull the picture over, hold that finger down, and let go once you're in the grid space that you want that picture to appear. So hold it down and drag it, the before picture, boom.
Bang.
Now let's say that wasn't exactly where you wanted it. You can double click, and then you can reposition the photo so that the worst of the worst shows.
And that looks pretty bad. That's a pretty bad. That's something that, can we save that carpet?
Right. And then see that check mark up in the top left, that vertical bar? That is what you click done.
And I think that's a great point because I think grid, but you got to learn the jargon of Canva.
Exactly right. And they call these grids.
And these are called grids. Thank you for that reminder. And then we'll click the other one. I'm clicking down as we drag it over. Whoops.
You did it. It's good.
There it goes. Okay, I could have undone it if I wanted. And let's
show where the undone button is. That's an important component. Up there in the top, in that aqua bar up to the left, you see something that says resize, and you see a little arrow. That's your best friend right there. You can always undo just by doing that.
Great point. And that would click in case somehow I put it in the wrong box or something else, I could do that. So I
and then you don't panic, hit undo.
Yeah. And then I'm here. Now I'm going to double click again. I love the way it kind of shows you what could be there. We probably wanted about the same.
Correct. So you're
dimension.
comparing
So we get
apples and
real
apples.
good before and afters. They can.
Right. Excellent.
Excellent. Now I'm going to
You're
click done on this. Now we want to put the word before and after. So now let's go to the text. And I love you say, don't get intimidated by this as a beginner. Just pick something.
Correct. And kind of disregard all those templated looking ones, all the pre-formatted ones. They're cool, but you don't need that for this. We're writing 2 words, before and after. So pick, and you can resize your everything. So just pick one of those things at the top, either add a heading, that would be fine. Just do that one.
Now it put it in right in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And so then you might have to make it a little bigger to drag it around.
Correct.
Let me grab it. There we go. And then I'm going to put it up here. And like you said, I probably want this I don't want this too bold because I want to almost be able to see around the letters,
But yes, and remember too that you can reposition, even though you said you've repositioned. If you change your mind and put it at the top, double click the big image, you can move that down so that it depending on where you wanted your text to be, so you'd see more of the damage. But it's not like you're obscuring any damage doing it that way.
It takes a little bit to get comfortable moving it. You might have to click somewhere else and come back and then, figure out what gets it to move and so forth, because it gives a lot of options here. So you just have to futz with it. So you get comfortable. It's the best way I have to tell people,
That's true. And notice too, Martin, what you've got whenever you click that before, that's your text element. Look what happens at that top vertical bar. You have a lot of options pop in, and Canva's really smart. It knows that when you're dealing with the text element, you can change the font style, the font size, the color of the font. A lot of things can happen. That's where you copy. You can do all kinds of stuff, and that's
font
for
type,
layer that's active.
Font size, color of font, bold, italics, centering, even spacing.
Spacing is Canva's wonderful. It gives you an easy way to change the space between the letters, and if you had more than one line, you can either make the lines farther apart or closer together.
I love that. And so let me go ahead and select this, and I'm going to make it bold for this one. And what would you recommend for this? A bright white or a color?
Well, here's the beauty of Canva. You can do pick what you want, and let's say you don't see your color, or let's say you have a brand color, you want to use that, and see the little plus mark under document colors. Then you can just pick whatever color you want, click on it, you'll see you can move your cursor around, move it on this rainbow dial, and if your brand color, you know the exact hex code, those 6 numbers, you can paste it right in here where you're seeing 000. That's equal to a white, but let's say yours is a special kind of aqua. That's where you would paste that in and hit enter, and then you've got your brand color in the palette. Every time you open this file, it will remember that's your color.
That's just fantastic. Excellent.
It is. So I don't know, white's fine or black, whatever you want to do, but at least just know.
Let's see what white looks like. Okay.
And that's not bold, so you know it's not bold. Because it's not. Go hit bold, and you'll see how it lights.
Oh, I like that a little better. It's more before. And so now that we have this, we can make it easy and click copy.
Correct.
And then we have a copy, and notice that 4 arrows means you're ready to bring it over here. And I love that you can line it up. See how those arrows show up? That's just like I'm familiar with PowerPoint is another tool that's good with that. And let's get this and then say after, before and after. And so now we have a before and after, and then let's just say we'll put a name down below. So we might put our name. We'll add one more word. If you want to, you can put your name on it.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
If you have a website or not even just to copyright it, but because people might see this, you never know how this picture is going to show up. Somebody may see it because somebody shared it, and without your name on it, they don't know who did that.
Right.
and maybe it won't be local to them. If you're in Montreal, Liberty Cleaning is in North Carolina, you may not be able to get them to come to you, but
Right.
you never know.
There we go. Got my little thing. And you notice while I was doing it, I by accident hit the background and stuff. That's why you have a go back feature at least, but this is a nice piece here. So now we want to probably make theirs Liberty Cleaning, and I think let's just make that a blue, and they're kind of a red, white, and blue company, and we'll bold it, and that doesn't look good. So we'll pick something else, and you just try. I'm no master of colors. A design, that at least gets the job done.
Yes, and if you want Liberty, you want it in there, but you say that black's a little too bold, you can use the transparency feature to make it a little less intense. And the way you would do that is go ahead and highlight that text.
Mm-hmm.
And then notice up in that top vertical bar next to the right of position, sort of a gray thing, you can just maybe make it a little less intense so you see it, but it's not overpowering.
The other nice piece about this is you can put your own watermark on if you want
Correct.
to. And really all a watermark is a partially transparent thing with your company name.
Correct. And if Liberty Cleaning has a website,
mm-hmm.
Liberty Cleaning is better off putting their website there, because in the same way, if you just see it, a person doesn't have to go search. They can just say, oh, Liberty Cleaning, let me go look at them. And they're already at the domain without having to do any Googling.
I'm going to go ahead and grab her domain here.
Look, Liberty Cleaning LLC. So you were very close. You won't have to do many changes.
Yeah. Yeah. And so then I'll put a line feed and paste that in, and we'll get this up a little bit more and spread this out a little bit more, and it's centered, and oops.
It's very easy to do that. Hit your undo. When in doubt, hit undo.
Right.
And that'll snap it right back where it's supposed to be.
I love that. I love it.
That's a habit.
There we go. And then, and then we've got it right there. At least, and the big thing is we've got the job done. It's not, you could futz with this for a long time, but so many merchants just don't get this done. They'll show a great picture of painting a house or detailing a car or something else, and they don't give us a contrast. You in front, like I was at the Mobile Tech Expo, you in front of a very expensive car doesn't mean you can take care of my less expensive Toyota.
Right.
Before and after that shows it, we're in a different ballpark.
Exactly. Now I want to show you another cool feature about Canva.
Okay.
With this design you have. So we're looking at this. Maybe you're not the decision maker, or you got to let somebody else see it, or you're just not sure. With Canva, we can instantly copy this entire image, and you do that up there in the top, see, above the after, copy that. And in this case, I want to see what would this look like if we only had libertycleaningllc.com. So yeah, get rid of it in your copy and then see if you like it better. So you haven't had to do anything extra, but then you can compare and just see which one is better.
It's just wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun. And then we can give it a title so it has a name.
Yes.
First one is before and after carpet. And if we want to. So that's great. Well, I'll tell you, I'm voting for the name along with the website. And
okay, good job.
We're not creating masterpieces, but it's pretty clear that this person was able to get things out. And also, to me, what's important is the reality of they may not get everything out. So this is a lot better carpet, but you're not going to make a 20-year-old carpet look like it was installed yesterday. So you get an honest, sellable product that isn't misleading for your customer.
Correct. And just think of the industries or the businesses that can use this kind of before and after. The trick is to remember, take pictures before, take pictures after, and always be getting better and better at taking those photos so that the person, they're not dark, they're light, and they're inviting on both sides. Even the worst picture can look good if you take it with the right lighting.
Yeah, and also learning to use Google Photos, which we both know of.
Yes.
Back up from your phone. It gives you most of the photo touch-up features you need. Just don't misrepresent. I mean, bring out the color that matches your experience of being there. And like you said, just get better at taking pictures. You need light. You need the right light. You need thinking about composition a little bit. And a few seconds of this before and after for a business can really lead to more businesses. This is a case study, you know,
exactly. Perfect.
Study for them.
Like hair salons. Just think of all the things that could a personal trainer, weight loss place.
Yeah. And
there's just no interior design or landscape. Your brain could explode thinking about all the businesses that should be doing this.
And what's nice is these are saved in your system when you're signed in at the free level. Like you said, they're always going to invite you to pay for it, but it's not that expensive either. So, you know.
Do you see where it says up at that blue bar text placeholder?
Yeah.
That's actually what Canva will consider this your file name, your master file, because within this one thing that you've opened, you can have 30 different versions of something. So you want to name that, if you're the business owner, it might be my before and after template, so that then you begin to just keep adding. You can use this template over and over again for different client showcase. So it's a before of not a carpet this time, maybe it's a gash in the wall, or it's a sink that looked horrible and then they've cleaned it up so it looks beautiful. And as you said, it is a habit that you form when you realize this means business. By getting into that habit, taking those pictures, then you now know what to do with them to parlay that into more money and more referrals.
And now I'm going to go ahead and click download. And then we have two options, PNG, which is a higher quality uncompressed image, or JPEG, or if we want to print it, it gives us a PDF print quality. And so you pick what you're comfortable with. PNG is going to be a little higher quality just for this, in case people have, I don't know, not as good bandwidth or something, or they're comfortable. I'm going to make this a JPEG for them. So this demonstration will use a JPEG. And then do I want both pages? I select that. I want the first one because that's the one I voted to use. And then I click done and download. And it says, woo, it's going down with cute quotes in it.
And it will save it to wherever. Oh, look, it brings it up. That's new. So you can pick wherever you want it. It used to
so now I can, you're right. I can pick, I'm on a Mac, but I could pick other places to go. So I'm going to just pick it here. And then, of course, there's an opportunity to upgrade. So just know, it's free. They have a right to advertise to you. Click the little X to get out until you're ready to upgrade. And now I'm going to open it to let us see it. And that's fantastic. That gives a clear before and after, communicates it. We've got the name of the business. This actually is a small business that cleans our house. And she was kind enough to share a photo from one of her clients with me for this demonstration. Now we've got a before and after picture that can, Jody, let's go back and just to prove it's here, you just demonstrate to people how I get out of this and come back to be able to see this again, so I know it's not lost forever.
Good point. So you could go back to home.
Oh, click home.
Or you could start. Now you're basically, this is where you're going to come when you sign into Canva. Mm-hmm. And you would want to go to all your designs. See where it says all your designs? Go to all your designs.
Click all your designs. Excellent.
And you'll notice, even though you've created it, Canva saves everything for you. You can manually do it, but they're back in the background. So sometimes it says this generating, and it looks like it's not there yet, but it's there. Mm-hmm. So go ahead and double click on that. That's why you want to make sure you're naming your file correctly so you can find it. Mm-hmm. And there it is. So you can edit from here. Or add a new one. You'd come right back to this one. And until you've got 30 of them, you can just keep adding, either by copying the page or scroll down a little bit, and you'll see add a new page, and that won't copy what you've got. It'll just give you a new page.
Mm-hmm.
See the little add a new page down there underneath the go
Yep,
little
right
further
down
down,
here.
right?
Click add a new page.
Add a new
And
page.
then
So boom, you've got a new.
new
Say
page
you
I
didn't
can
want to
work
use
on
the
here.
grid, you could do it that way. So you've got a lot of flexibility within Canva, and that's the free version.
And the only thing I want to tell people is make darn sure you either have rights to the photo, you're clear, it's royalty free for what you're using it for, or you took the photo. That's why I'm such an advocate of take some time, get better at taking photos, and why I created the photography and video for social media and small business class, because it's just about paying attention, isn't it? And Jody, I mean, you've always been good with photos, but you've gotten better over time by just paying attention.
Paying attention. Yeah, see the end before you take the picture, and then know, even if the picture's kind of doesn't live up to what you thought, you can use Google tools, those editing tools, and just with a few little clicks, you pop it. It looks fabulous, and then that's, again, more impact and looks good on you. So
Excellent.
it's worth the time, because it's once you have eyeballs on you want to make sure you're making that best impression.
Jody, I know you very selective with your customers, but would you take a moment, just tell people what you do now?
Oh, well, thanks, Martin. Yeah, I used to do a lot with visual marketing, and I still can't, my heart's in it, but I do an old pastime, and it is voiceover narration for e-learning and for web ads and for commercials on radio. My website is jodywithay.com. And there's some samples of my work, and I don't know, I'm kind of retiring, so I get to do my fun stuff. And making pictures and putting them with words is one of my very favorite things to do.
Well, Jody, I'll put that in the area, but I do want to tell people you're very selective of customers. So,
oh yeah, I don't do much of that. Right, I send them to you. What are you talking about?
That's right. That's right. Thanks so much for the time.
Oh, my pleasure.